Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Virtual Land here at BSPC. My name's Dana, and I'm one of the physios here. I know so many of you. For those of you who I haven't met, I look forward to meeting you in our virtual realm here. So, timestamp, lockdown 6. Here we go again. What we thought we'd do to get you reconnected with this virtual reality and doing exercises via Zoom is run a series of 10 by 10. So 10 exercises by 10 repetitions. And then it's up to you how many times you want to run through the 10 by 10. So rewind, replay as many times as you like. It might be just enough to do one. You might like to work your way all the way up to 10 sets. It's completely up to you. The main thing is to listen to your body, as I said all through last year when we were doing virtual classes. If something doesn't feel right for your body, don't push through it. Don't push through pain, okay? And we're always here to answer questions. If you need to, just email reception and we can help work that out for you. Okay, so today we are going to get started with this whole body, 10 by 10. All right. So we are not going to use any equipment today, but you are always welcome to add in elastic bands and weights where you see that they might work really well. Okay, our first exercise, number 1, we are going to warm up our whole body and our breathing with an exercise called Soleus roll down. So it's a little bit different to the roll downs we did last year. So you're going to stand with your feet a little ways apart. This back foot is pretty much in line with the back heel of your front foot. Both knees are bent, okay? So keep those knees bent. Nothing changes in the leg. What I also want you to think about is that front foot. Imagine you've got a little marshmallow or something underneath your big toe and the mid part of your foot, and you're going to press that marshmallow down into the ground and squish it. Okay, so from here, we nod the chin, and then you are slowly going to roll down through each segment of the spine, drawing your abdominals up and in, almost like you're bringing your belly button up underneath your heart. And you slowly roll down until you get to the point that feels right for you. Okay, keep that head relaxed. Squash that marshmallow. Now, in this position, I want you to do 10 nice deep breaths right into the back of your rib cage. Try and really expand your back up towards the ceiling, out to the side walls. Keep your tummy scooped in, forcing all that breath to go to the back part of your lungs. Okay, 2 or 3 more breaths, depending on where you're at with this. And then you're going to keep your tummy scooped, keep your chin tucked as you slowly roll back up through the spine. You're still pressing through that front foot. Chin stays tucked right until the last minute. All right, very good. Other leg goes in front. I'm just swapping sides so you can see. Back legs roughly at the heel of the front foot. Bend into both knees. Then tummy is scooped in. Roll down through the chin first. Keep scooping the belly. Keep your knees bent. Rolling down. Push through that foot. And hold it there. Going for your 10 deep breaths into the back of your rib cage. This is really expanding our rib cage, and that will affect your upper back mobility. We are getting the diaphragm and the back of the lungs to really start to work. And believe it or not, there's a little bit of work and warm up going on in the legs here. All right, 2 or 3 more breaths and then rolling up just as slowly. You might even have some shakes in your legs. I do, which is quite incredible. You think nothing is going on in this exercise, but there is a lot. And rolling all the way up. Very good. Exercise number 2. If you cannot kneel for this exercise, sit on the edge of a chair, okay? You can still work through your spine. So number 2, kneeling side stretch. I want you to reach one arm up really tall. So find length in the spine and then side bend. So we're going to do 5 of these on each side. Grow tall to come back up again. Reach, create space between your rib cage and your hip bone. And side bend. And up. Good. 2. So this is just as effective sitting in a chair or even on a Swiss ball. If your knees don't like kneeling, that's completely fine. This is about spinal mobility into the sideways direction. Good. And just remember that I can't count. So you have to bear with me. You might get a bonus 1 or 2, but that's okay. There we go. Side bend. And 1 more. So 10 in total. And then our next exercise is very similar. Again, stay sitting on your chair if that's where you are, or on your knees. But this time, transfer your hands to your head, sorry. And we are just going to work one side into our oblique tummy muscles, okay? So now working on strength through that core. Same thing, grow tall and then side bend over, just like you did. But to come up, I want you to think of squeezing those muscles to bring you back up. Slowly over and then squeeze to come up. Good, and again, slowly over. We are doing 10 on each side. So this is number 4. And squeeze. Good. 5. So really find the length in this. We don't want to just jam down into our side. So every time we move into the side position, and as you move out, feel like you're reaching your head away from your hips. Good. I think we've got 3 on this side, and then we go to the other side. 2, grow tall, and 1. Very good. Okay, to your other side, grow tall, side bend over, like a flexible but strong palm tree blowing in the wind. Good. And 3. And 4. 5. And the slower the better. We tend to speed up when we get tired. So just remind yourself, slow down. All right. 1 or 2 more, depending on your speed. Very good. Okay, exercise number 4. Coming down onto your mat for hip rolls and lat stretch. Actually, I'll spin this way. I think you can see it better. Okay. So feet are hip distance apart on the mat. I want you to feel like you press through your heels, press through your toes, and then scooping those tummy muscles as if you're trying to really hollow this out, and then roll your pubic bone towards your belly. That's your start. Now keep that tummy in, press through your heels and your toes as you peel yourself all the way up into your bridge position. And then the option is to take the arms overhead, leave them there as you roll down, starting through the upper back, right down through to your tailbone, and then return the arms. If you have any shoulder issues, you don't have to do the arms, just work the spinal mobility. Your big latissimus dorsi muscle attaches around your shoulder and it fans and comes all the way down into your low back. So that's what we are stretching when we take the arms overhead, and it feels really good. And anytime you move through the upper arms, you do influence the upper back mobility. So there's a lot of mobility throughout the entire spine with this exercise. We are also starting to warm up our glute and hamstrings. So squeeze those glutes underneath your bridge. Good. 4 more. Rolling up, scooping the tummy, squeeze the bottom, press through that big toe joint. Ooh, and rolling down. Often our legs kind of flop around in a bridge. They might even drop out to the sides a little bit like that. So that's where you find your big toe and really push through your big toe joint. And it'll bring in your inner thigh muscles as well. So lots of layers. And again, 1 or 2 more, depending on where you're at. We're aiming for 10 exercises by 10 repetitions. Okay, exercise number 5. We got halfway there. Similar, you're going to take yourself up into your bridge position. You can roll up like we just did, or you can simply squeeze and lift. However you find your way there, get to your bridge position. Tummy is nice and tight, and we want to keep the pelvis pretty still. We don't want it to rock and roll. We are about to march. We're going to do 10 marching on each leg. So that we march like so. When you're ready, start counting. And 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going all the way up to 20 so that you get 10 on each leg. Keep squeezing that bottom. Keeping the pelvis nice and still. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Roll it down. Woo. Okay, let's move into our abdominal muscles a little bit. I want you to keep that pelvis planted on the mat here. We are not going to tuck it under. We are just going to keep it nice and neutral. But do think about drawing those tummy muscles in, down, low, between your hip bones here. Feel like you draw those into the center of your body and down. And then from there, you're going to lift one leg to tabletop. Okay? Keep the tummy firm. Bring the other leg up. Now, this might be enough. You can stay here for a really good 10-second count. If you want to, the option here is to go for 10 single leg extensions. Keeping the tummy scooped in. Try and relax through the neck here. If the chin is starting to jut up towards the ceiling, you might be overstraining through the neck. So you can pick your option here. You can even have one foot on the ground and just work through a single leg. It depends how your back feels. All right, I'm going for 5 more single leg extensions with both my legs up in the air. But there are options to choose from. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, last 2, and 9, 10. And then slowly bring the legs down. Very good. Exercise number 7. Doing well, everybody. All right, on your side, you can have your hand propped underneath your head if that's comfortable. You can lay all the way down flat. And you want to stack your hip bones, one on top of the other. So we're not rolling over, not rolling back, just one on top of the other. The bottom leg is bent. Top leg will be our working leg. We are going to do side lying leg rainbows. So feel like you reach right out through that leg, away. Again, we're always trying to create space in our body instead of sort of just dumping into our waist, create the leg. And then from here, you're going to bring your leg up and over the rainbow, forwards, up and over the rainbow backwards. So going over to the front, all the way back to the back again is 1 repetition. Okay, so we're going for 10. I'm up to 3. Nice and slowly, works harder. 4. And 5. Find that pot of gold in your glutes. Feel the burn. This is a really good pelvic stabilizer muscle. Every time you stand on your single leg, this muscle is the one that stops your body from sort of collapsing down to the side. All right, 2 or 3 more. Good. All right, I'm going for 1 more. 1. And then fold the leg back in. Very good. Other side. Set yourself up, 1 hip stacked on top of the other. Leg nice and long. And go ahead and start your rainbows. Can you visualize that rainbow? Can you see your foot tracing over the colors of a rainbow? Anytime you ask the brain to pay attention to an image and even color in your image, it pays so much more attention to the exercise. So the brain is creating a little map in there for side-lying leg rainbows. That's what we call motor control. All right. Feel the burn. This leg might already feel a little bit tired because it did stabilize when it was laying underneath the other leg on the other side. Okay, 2 more for me. And rest. Good. Flip back to your first side. Okay, exercise number 8. We're still doing a side lying leg exercise, but we're moving the hip in a different motion. Setup is still the same, and you're going to start with that leg lifted. This time, bend it in to 90-90. Then press it away. Squeeze back a little bit into those glutes. Glide it forward and bend. So side lying, bend and kick. And you're always trying to keep this leg on the same height. So imagine I've got a table that I'm sliding my leg forwards and backwards on, staying at the same height. All right, 4 more. 3. So nice to feel the strength in the glute. 2. And 1. Flip to the other side or roll over if you don't need to look at the camera. Gives you a tiny break in the middle if you roll over. All right, set yourself up, legs nice and long to begin with, then bend it in front of you, 90-90. So 90-degree bend at the hip joint, 90-degree bend at the knee joint. And then reaching back, squeeze that glute right where it meets the hamstring at your bottom crease. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. Well done. Okay, we need to roll onto our tummy. We are going to work the legs last one, but on our tummy, we also end up working through our back strength. So find yourself in a position where you can rest your hands on your head like that. I'm going to keep my head up just so I can talk to you. Legs are just a little way apart, so not quite as wide as your mat. Okay, draw your belly button into your tummy. So you've got a little bit of tummy support there. And then lift both legs off the mat. Okay, not too high if you feel it go into your low back. Think of length rather than height. And then from here, we are going to swim the legs. Okay, so you're just moving up and down like you're kicking through the water. And you're going to go for 10 on each leg. When you're ready, go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and rest. Very good. Exercise number 10, our back strength, our postural strength. We are now going to do our dart. So you start with your forehead down on the mat. You can always put a little rolled up towel underneath your forehead so that you can breathe. Okay, hands start by your side. And then you are going to roll those shoulder blades onto the back. Reach those fingertips down towards your feet and your head can come off. But we're not overextending the neck. Keep it nice and long. So you're staring at your mat and then down. 2, open up the front of the chest, feel wide from collarbone to collarbone. Energy out through the head, fingers reaching to the feet and then down. Off you go, you've got 10. I'm up to 3. Pull those tummy muscles in. Down. And 4. And 5. Keep breathing when you're up here if you can. And 6. Really good for this upper back strength. 7. 8. 9. Think about that wide front of chest. Last one. And 10. Good. Just place your hands. If you're okay to come up onto your knees, come up into a cat stretch or child's pose. Just ease off any tension. And well done. You have just done 10 exercises by 10 reps. Up to you now. That's set 1. If you want to go ahead and replay it, maybe you can get a second set in. Slowly build up, listen to your body, but enjoy mostly moving. Okay, thanks for joining me. I'll see you later. Bye.
Whoa.